What's up guys, this is Chris from VFXON, and in this tutorial we're going to be working again with Audio React, but this time just a little bit something different. This time I'm going to be showing you how to make the audio timeline. And this is my Audio React that I created. I'm not going to put any song or music right here because the song right here is copyrighted, and I just am too lazy to put the copyrights in the tutorial, but all the copyrights needed are in the preview, and also you can hear the song in the preview video. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. The song is pretty awesome. So here you can see that the timeline is moving forward in the same time as the at which point the music is at the current time. So that is a pretty cool feature. So let's jump into After Effects. Okay, so here I have my After Effects open up, and I am gonna open up a composition that I already did create, and I did use a high definition TV 1080 and 25 frames per second and about 10 minutes long, but you can change that just how you like it. And name this comp main. I'm not gonna create a comp because I already have one, and I'm just gonna import it inside. So here I have my main comp opened, and to do this there are two ways. One way is sort of like a little harder, but you can, if you follow up, you can learn a lot from it. And I would say it's more of advanced technique, but it works really great. And later on it's really easy to adjust. But the second method is just, you don't really need that much of a knowledge about the After Effects to do it, and it's really basic and easy to do. So first off, I'm gonna show you how to do the more hardest way. So first off, we need to go to Layer, New, and Adjustment Layer. Let's name this Options. And let's go. Here I already searched for the effects needed, so we need slider control. So drag that on, and I'm just gonna simply name this audio, and this is gonna work as audio seconds, how long your track is gonna be. For example, I think this was 245 seconds long, and pretty much just type how long your track is in seconds, and do simple math. If there are like 2 minutes 45 seconds, 19, then just round it up to something, because it doesn't have to be so precise. Next, what we will need is, let's go to Project, and we will need a new comp, and I'm gonna name this Timeline, and let's see, click OK. But no, don't click OK yet. Don't use the full height, although you can use it, but I did not, because this is where the timeline is gonna be, and the timeline is quite small and you don't need that much of the space to work with. But if you like that much of space, that's your way how to work with it. It's fine by me. So click OK, and here we have our timeline. So let's go to Rectangle tool, or you can use like rounded, but I'm gonna use rectangle, white, and simply drag from the side to the other side like so. Let's go to here in content, rectangle path, and make sure that the rectangle is the same width as your comp right here. So mine was 1920. Okay, and click on this shape, and I'm gonna name this Timeline BG for the background. And now what we need, I'm gonna just move it like just a bit down. Go to Fill. I'm gonna set it to about 44%. Now I'm gonna duplicate this and name it Timeline, the actual real timeline. Go again into Content, Rectangle, Fill, and set it to 100. But this time go to Rectangle Path, and let's change the path size a bit down, and let's change this to 1920. Okay, no, let's uncheck the this right here. So let's just scale this down. So this is going to be the actual timeline that's going to be moving. And we also need to go and... No, for now we're fine with this. Now let's go to timeline, press S on your keyboard and Alt click. So now we have to do some expressions right here. Do the square brackets, and type time multiply by 100 divide by comp, open brackets, the name of your comp, which the name of your main comp, which in my case is named main, close the brackets, and then click dot layer, name of our adjustment layer, which in my case is options, close brackets, dot effect, again open brackets, name of our effect, which is named, we named it audio, not slider, and then we need to set which of the audio or the slider control option we want to use, and the audio or the slider control only has one option, so we can either way type 1 or we can type slider. So I'm gonna type 1 because that is much faster and easier to do. And then type comma volume square brackets 1 close square brackets, and again close square brackets, and hit, no, don't hit enter, just click somewhere. Now if we preview this, you can see that the timeline is actually not moving in correct direction. But if you like it, if that it moves this way, you know, you can keep it. But to fix it and to make it move the actual direction that in my preview it was, I'm gonna go until the point that the brackets, no, not the brackets, the timeline reaches its side of our comp. So not yet, let's go a few frames down. Okay, so there it reaches the side. Now what we do is we click on the timeline layer, we press Y on our keyboard, and we move the anchor point right there to our side. So I'm gonna move it to here, and now if I go back from the start, you can see that the timeline now is moving the correct way, like it should be. So pretty much this anchor point controls from where the timeline is going to move from, or it's going to scale from. In this case, as you can see, it's scaling in X position. So next what we can do is, I didn't add that in my preview, but you can do that. So let's say I want to have some sort of an indicator where the time is, or the timeline is. So I'm gonna add a circle, or you can add a rectangle, star, whatever you like, or a custom object. And I'm gonna add a circle like that, and I'm gonna move it to about like, well, it doesn't actually matter where I move it. Okay, now let's go to transform and right click on position and go to separate dimension, so that way we have X and Y position. Now alt click on X position because that's the position that the timeline is moving, and we need our indicator in this case to move also that direction. So type, we need to type time to stop, which is basically will be the name of the following comp, open brackets, name of our main comp, in my case it's main, then dot layer, name of our adjustment layer, which in my opinion, in my case is options, close brackets, dot effect, the effect that is inside the options layer, and it is audio, or whatever name you have, and then which of the volume from the audio, or which option from this effect we want to use. So the audio effect only has one option, slider, like I did mention before, and you can either type 1 or you can type slider. So I'm gonna put 1 because, like I said before, it is easier to do so. and then just add semicolon and press enter to go to next line and type if open brackets time is greater than or bigger than time to stop, then close this, close the brackets. Now the square brackets, the curly brackets, I'm sorry, and type comp, name of our main comp, which is main. Pretty much just follow up so I don't have to like say each letter that I'm typing or each word. Just, you can pause the video and type whatever I'm typing. Options dot effect, the effect that we have in this options layer, which is called audio. Close brackets. And now which option from there we want to use, that's 1. Then we multiply it by the size of this comp, which is 920. I don't know how big is your comp in width, and just type the width of your comp and divide it by comp, name of the comp, main, close brackets, dot layer, options, like that, dot effect, audio, 1. Okay, now let's go into next line, and here we close the curly brackets and type else, open again curly brackets, next line, time multiplied by the width of our comp, it's 1920, and divide by comp, main, main dot layer, dot effect, and which option in audio we want to use. We want to use the first one, and close curly brackets, and that's, let's see, no problems with this, that went fine. If you have any errors popping up, then you made some sort of a mistake in your expression. You should go and check that out, or you should just rewrite it. And let's see, so this indicator is now following the timeline pretty good. What I've noticed is that it goes quite a bit back. I don't know why is that. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's because the anchor point is not in the middle like that. As you can see now, the anchor point is in the middle. So yeah, now it's good. It stops in a good position right there. Okay. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and name this indicator. I'm gonna duplicate this layer, move below, name it indicator BG for background. Let's go in content, ellipse path, and check this, and let's make it a bit bigger. Let's go to fill and make it less. Like that. Let's see how this looks. It doesn't look that bad, right? It looks okay. Or you can use any other object, I don't know, like square, rectangle, custom stuff, whatever. Just use your creativity. And now, what we need, I'm gonna move all of this just a bit above, like that. And now I need to add a time below here that will follow up. So let's go to text tool and simply hit the text tool and leave it. You don't have to type anything. Now let's go to drop down text and let's all click on source and let's type time to time code, open brackets, t equals time plus this comp dot display start time comma, time code base equals 25, comma, is duration equals false, like that, close brackets, semicolons. Let's click, and here you can see the time is up on our screens, but currently it is not moving, it is staying. So if you just want to have a time that is staying on its position, here you go. One thing that I could not figure out is how to get rid of these start, like how to get rid of the first zeros that works with hours. And only way I could figure out is by using a mask and just mask them out. Okay, why did I use this sort of mask? So just simply mask them out and use inverted. That's the pretty much only option I thought of. So yeah, I have not yet figured it out. If some of you guys have figured it out, please leave a comment down below. I really would like to know that. And to make this time move with our slider or indicator, we simply go to indicator, or we can just hit U, and we copy this expression. We go here on our text, transform, right click on position, separate dimensions, all click on X position, and simply pass the expression inside. And as you can see, now our text is moving with our indicator, but I'm gonna move it just a little bit down so it's not covering up like that. I did not use the mask in the preview for the time because you know, maybe if someone used the template and they will have songs that goes over an hour, that will be pretty bad. So that's why I did not use a mask, but I just show you guys how to do that. Okay, now let's go to our main comp and simply drag this inside here, and here you have your timeline working perfectly. I think this timeline is just a little bit bigger than the one in my preview, but what the heck, you can easily adjust that. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so the next thing is, I said that I'm gonna show you how to do the easy way, and now it's time to do that. So let's create again new comp, same settings, doesn't really matter. Okay, and I'm gonna go inside here and I'm gonna copy, let's see, I'm gonna copy all of these. Okay, Control C. I'm gonna pass in this new comp right here. I'm gonna click U on all of these, and I'm gonna delete all of the expressions except for on the time here, this one. I'm gonna delete all the position expressions like that, and like that. So yeah, so that way nothing pretty much currently is working. So I'm gonna only focus for now on our timeline. So to make this work, I'm gonna go to Start. As you can see, if we scale, it scales all together, but that's not what we want. We want to separate these channels right here, and now we can scale them separately. And that's what we want to work with. So we're gonna set a keyframe here at the start, and simply let's see how long, I don't know, let's say that my song is, I don't know, 4 minutes, okay? So, and what I do is I set a keyframe for 100, I go back here, I set this to 0 for X scale, and you can see that it is working quite nicely. And pretty much you do the same with the indicator. So I'm gonna check the indicator background. I'm gonna move it to the position that I want it to be at the start. So about like there. I'm gonna set a keyframe. I'm gonna move it to same position, and I'm gonna just simply move it to the side at the other end. And as you can see, they are both moving together really nicely, and this was actually really easy to do. And now you just simply copy these and pass them on this right there, and bam, they're both moving. And to make the timer right there move with them, let's go here, X position, let's move it just to the side, like, let's say like there. What we do, I'm gonna move it here so it will be easier to work. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit U right here so I'll only see, no, that's not the correct one. I'm gonna move it one above right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Alt click on X position and simply with this pick whip drag on X position on indicator. And that way now the watch or the time is moving with our indicator. That looks pretty nice. Okay, so that is one option how you can make this, but actually that's the only option how you can make this work nicely. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show another cool option. So let's make a round rectangle like that. Let's move it to the middle. Well, it doesn't really matter where you move it. Okay, and so let's go type for, no, what? Let's go to, let's see, transitions, and let's use, I think it was radial wipe. Let's add that. Let's hit Y on your keyboard and let's move the anchor point to the middle like that. Also this anchor point. Okay, and now let's go to start of your composition. As you can see what it does, so let's gonna set this at 0. No, actually let's set this counterclockwise. Let's set this at 100. Set transition keyframe. Okay, let's hit U, and let's see. Let's move it again about like somewhere for 4 minutes, and let's set that at 0. So now you have this really cool looking sort of like time indicator showing how much time is left in your track. So yeah, pretty much guys, that is it for this tutorial. I'm gonna cut this out, turn all these back on, and pass this inside here. And as you can see, it is working pretty nicely. Okay, why isn't it working? What the heck happened just there? Oh, okay, you have to set the position so like that in the middle. And yeah guys, so that's it for this tutorial. If you want to have this template with the working effects, I'm gonna quickly show you how this template looks. So this is a template that you can get, and here we have the same pretty much setup, and I have two versions. Here we have optical flares that are pre-rendered, and I have optical flares with plugin. And here we have options, and if we go in option settings here, you can see that here are the audio duration in seconds, and you know, you can change these settings. And also, let's say I don't want to have audio react right here, I simply uncheck this checkbox and boom, it's gone. Or let's say I don't want the timeline, boom, gone. I don't want song cover, done. No song name, fine. Let's see what else. Audio react color, we can simply adjust that any color you like. Time indicator color, also can change that. Time indicator background color, also can change that. So this is pretty much really cool. What is this indicator color? So this is pretty much a really cool so these are time indicator color. This is where it was, time bar right here. I have shut them down, but I do have them, as you can see right there. And let's go in options, and also we can change the color for them, as you can see. So pretty much, yeah, for everything you can change color, you can change options, song name, color, like that. So yeah, it's pretty easy to adjust, and it's really nice. If you want this template, make sure that you give this video a big old thumbs up, and also make sure that you subscribe to me if you like what I'm doing and if you want to see more videos. And like I said, if you want this template, make sure that you hit me up on YouTube in private messages, or you can message me on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+, and I will reply and send you the link for this. But the only warning I wanted to say to you is that if you use the same background as I'm using right here, then make sure that you include the copyrights. I haven't included the copyrights for both the background and the music right here, because those are copyrighted, and well, video might be taken off from YouTube because of these copyrights, especially for the music right there. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.